Okay, so the thing about op amps is they look scary, but all you have to do is realize that if you just know the model of how to treat it, it's easy. And here's the thing. So you've got an op amp that looks like this. It's labeled an ideal op amp. You've got really 3 terminals, V1, V2, and V0. So V0 is considered the output terminal. V1 is the input, and there sometimes is shown a current going into it, I1, I2, and then the current going into the op amp from the output is labeled I0. So this is connected, somewhere else in a circuit. A lot of other things might be going on. But when you analyze a circuit with an op amp, you treat it just like any circuit. And you can apply Kirchhoff's current laws, voltage laws. You can use the method of node voltage analysis. Actually, node voltage usually works much better for an op amp than mesh current. And just go ahead, and then the only thing you need to remember is the model of the op amp is this. V1 is equal to V2. That's the first idea. And then I1 and I2 are both 0. So there you have, a pretty good information about some of these voltages and currents around the op amp. So you use these ideas in solving your problems, and then you just go ahead and apply node voltage analysis, and the only thing that you have to do, to be a little bit careful, is that this isn't really the whole story of the op amp. It's really a device with, I think, 8 pins, and I'm really only showing 3 of them. The other pins are important, but usually not for the purposes of solving your circuit's problems. But the way they come into it is this. You have to remember that you are not allowed to use Kirchhoff's current law at the reference node or for the op amp itself. And if you can just remember not to do that, go ahead and do everything else, with node voltage analysis. So what I mean by for the op amp itself, it's like if you kind of thought of this as a big node and then you took Kirchhoff's current law for it, won't work. You'll get bad information. So just don't do that. And also, the reason you can't do it for the reference node is because some of those other pins that I'm not showing are actually connected to the reference node, and you do have some currents going on there that don't enter into the problem as long as you don't take Kirchhoff's current law at the reference node. So as long as you can remember not to do these 2 things, you can go ahead and never be scared of an op amp problem again, because you just draw it in, and then with this model where you have the voltages at the inputs being equal and the currents being 0, you can go ahead and use that information along with the other equations you'll get with the node voltage analysis and solve any problem. So don't panic if you see op amps. Now you know how to do op amps.